In just 3 short weeks, Sarah and I set sail aboard the Island Princess for Canada, New England. Here's what we're looking forward to. Hi, AJ here with Byte Size Cruises. Today I want to talk about the things I'm looking forward to for mine and Sarah's upcoming cruise to Canada and New England. So we are on a 10-day cruise and we get to stop at some wonderful places. So this cruise will go to Sydney, Canada, Charlottetown, St. John, Bay of Fundy, Halifax, Portland, Maine, and Boston. So this is going to be a wild ride. Sarah has not been on a cruise in a long time. Next week, we are going to be interviewing her about, what she thinks about cruising for the first time and letting you guys get to know her since she will be on some of the videos. So what am I looking forward to? So one of the things that I love about Princess is the entertainment. And whatever Princess ship I'm on, I know that the show is going to be good. They always have very talented musicians. They have real bands playing for the shows. And I do love that typically they incorporate a story into their show to kind of carry it along, which really helps make the experience enjoyable. So I'm very much looking forward to the entertainment on board. I also love how they do their game shows, and I will go to all of the game shows and get there early if I can, because I love that they do different sets and everything else. So that is my number 9 thing that I'm looking forward to. Coming in at number 8 is Movie Under the Stars. On the longer cruises, it's easier to find a movie that I like, that I want to go see on deck, and this is a great way to take it in. It's really fun to take up some crocheting, which, fun fact, Sarah has started crocheting, so you might see both of our projects popping up in the future videos. Just sit up on deck, crocheting under the stars, watching a movie is always a really fun time. Number 7, new ports. So specifically, Charlottetown and Sydney are new to me. I haven't been there before, and I've only been to St. John's once. I'm always excited for Halifax. I've also only been to Portland once, been to Boston a few times. But Sydney and Charlotte are completely new, and something that I want to try to do this trip, which I'm really excited about and incorporating into the vlogs and kind of making it its own video, is I do want to try a lobster roll at each of the ports and rate it and see how they compare. So that is a goal. That's something to look forward to. Number 6 is something kind of unique to the Island Princess and the smaller ship. So Island Princess is one of the 2 smallest ships in the Princess fleet. And up on the top deck, they have like a little splash pool that just is like less than a foot deep. And then is surrounded by deck chairs, and it is super sunny and not really shady, but I am really looking forward to going up there, checking out the view, and seeing what it's like. It's kind of a unique feature that isn't on a lot of these ships, and I don't really know from watching the different tours and videos if it is something specifically intended for kids or not. But I do think it's really cool that you can kind of just like sit on the edge and put your feet in and have them wet while you're kind of in the sunshine. And I think that that is a really cool feature of the ship that I'm looking forward to checking out. I do want to pause here and ask that you please like and subscribe, especially if you want to follow along on this journey. Over here will be vlogs. There will be the lobster roll attempt. We might do a couple excursions together. So there's going to be a lot going on this channel, all about our trip on Island Princess coming up. So if you're interested in that, if you like this video, if you like any of the other videos, please like and subscribe. It helps us to reach other people who would also be interested in this and to grow the channel. All right, let's get back to it. Number 5, swirls, dessert, and specialty coffee. So there is no international cafe on board the Island Princess, which is a little disappointing. There are some other places where you can get the specialty coffee, and then the specialty dessert is still at Swirls, which is up on the pool deck. That is one of the places you can get specialty coffee. I love the specialty desserts and specialty coffee on Princess. In fact, it's one of the main reasons I get Princess Plus, is that I can have as much of the specialty coffee as I want. In all honesty, their honey lavender latte is the best honey lavender latte I have had anywhere. I don't know what they do with it, but it is one of my favorites. It's something that I will get once a day. I will get it instead of dessert. I'll have my breakfast as just that. It's delicious, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how it is on this ship and trying it out. And then also the specialty desserts on board Princess are a lot of fun. They're very Instagrammable, so I'm looking forward to getting one or two of those. Number 4, the Lotus Pool area. So a lot of the other princess ships I've been on haven't had a real conservatory-ish space. Their pools are kind of out on the pool deck, and the Lotus Pool, which is connected to the spa, though it's open to everyone, it has been kind of a recessed, like sunken pool that has really high walls around it, but it hasn't had a like glass dome or anything over it on the other two princess ships I've been on. So this one is actually like a full solarium, and I do love sitting in the solarium. Once again, crocheting or doing work. This is a trip that we're going to have to work on the other side of the business on, because it's longer. So I am looking forward to, instead of working at a desk, working in that conservatory pool area. It's especially nice since we are going to Canada, New England. While it is going to be June, it's not always hot the further north you go that time of year. We've had a pretty moderate spring so far, with it still being a little chilly out at night. And so having that place to get away from the wind, I think will be really nice, especially while trying to do work or while just relaxing and crocheting in the sunlight. Also, not sure if it is true on this ship. I got mixed answers on this, but I know that the Lotus Pool when I was on Caribbean Princess was adults only. Now, I will say Princess cruises tend to have less children on them, especially in the middle of the school year, it being a 10-day. Chances are this is going to be a more mature crowd. But I know that when I was on Caribbean Princess on the Panama Canal trip, that was an adults only area. And I didn't really spend a lot of time there. On either Enchanted Princess or Caribbean Princess, because there was not a lot of seating, and it does look like there is more seating in this Lotus Pool, which is really nice. Number 3, the library. This is a weird one. Stay with me. So a lot of the newer ships have kind of dropped the library altogether. And I feel like on the older ships, they're one of the parts of the ship that give it a little bit of charm. And when you are looking for a quieter spot to work or to read or even to pick up Sudoku, the libraries just create a really nice atmosphere. They're a really cool place to kind of get away from the hustle and bustle of the crowds and kind of take a moment and breathe. You're not necessarily outside, but it is a more sensory friendly experience if you struggle with those things. And the libraries are a great place to kind of unwind a bit and let yourself relax. The library on the Island Princess looks giant for a library, and I'm super excited to go in there and see if it's as beautiful as the pictures and walkthrough have led me to believe. I'm also interested to see what they have available in there, because a lot of them have been getting rid of the books that are in the library and replacing it with like decorations instead. So I'll be interested to see if there are books in there to borrow, if there's board games, which I love, or if it's just kind of decorated and kind of quiet in there. Number 2, the pizza. So this is the time. There is not a dedicated Alfredo's on board the Island Princess, but they do serve Alfredo's pizza on sea days at one of the venues. And I am very excited to spend my casual dining to try it out. I've actually never tried the Alfredo's pizza. On Enchanted Princess, I was far more interested in eating at O'Malley's. So I will be really interested to see what that pizza is like, but also MSC and Princess kind of go back and forth with me depending on the ship about which one has the best pizza. And I just really love Princess Pizza, and it's a really easy way to not have to go to the buffet because the pizza's out on the pool deck. So you can just kind of like, oh, I want lunch, walk by, grab a slice of pizza. It's amazing. And I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm looking forward to see if I can get a chance to try Alfredo's, but also to have their pizza again. I will try my best not to eat it for all 10 days, but no promises. And then the number one thing that I am looking forward to is the waterfront walking deck that is on deck 7. So this is something that is not as many cruise lines are doing this anymore. You do have the waterfront up on deck 8 for Norwegian, but it's kind of hit or miss with which ones have that lower level, completely able to walk around the outside of the ship deck. And it is such a different experience than walking around on the pool deck. Being that close to the water, being able to like just watch the waves come in, it's one of my favorite spots. It is so quiet out there typically because the wind is too loud to really talk to people, but it's the right kind of loud to kind of like let your brain go. Um, it's white noise and the sound of the waves, the sound of the ship moving through the water, the wind coming in. It's beautiful. If you love sunsets, this is one of the best places to really catch a sunset is sitting out on the waterfront on deck 7. And it is something that I really do try to spend time out there. Unfortunately, when we were on Enchanted Princess, it was that deck area wasn't available. I don't remember if it was closed or if Enchanted Princess didn't have it. Um, but I think it was closed most of the time. We weren't able to get out there and really walk around as much. And I'm so excited that that is on the ship. That was something when I was on Caribbean Princess that I loved. I spent so much time out there. I would literally just put on music on my headphones and sit and stare out at the ocean while the sun set. And it was a really calming, meditative experience. Um, so yeah, other than that, there are some really cool perks of the ships that I can't say it's one specific thing I'm looking forward to, but this ship is a smaller ship and it's 2,200 passengers to 900 crew. And from what a lot of avid Princess cruisers say, it is a very uncrowded feeling ship. You feel like you have room to move around. Also, in researching the ship, there is a lot of seating opportunities wherever you go, which I find so encouraging. One of the things that I am going to be looking out for is the alternative venues for nightly entertainment. So for things like the game shows, trivia, stuff like that. It looks like it is going to be in the Explorers Lounge, which seems set up very similarly to Princess Live. However, it does look like there's a little more area to kind of surround the stage. So Princess Live, when I was on Enchanted Princess, kind of had the stage was in the front, but then you only had seating around like half the circle. So it was like a quarter of a circle, I guess, but like half the, yeah. So it looks like the Explorers Lounge is oriented more like the um, Heaven Lounge on Seaside, where you have the stage in the front and then you have a full 180 degrees of seating around it. So I'm looking forward to see if that does help with being able to get seats for the shows, especially with the lower passenger to cruiser ratio. Also, just in general, Princess has really good live music and really good entertainment around the ship. So those are all additional things I'm looking forward to. And then also seeing how Sarah holds up on one of these trips will be awesome. You guys will love Sarah. Like I said, you will be meeting her next week. And she and I are excited to go on this trip together. So, yeah, I hope you guys will join us for that. And I will see you as you meet Sarah next week. Thanks. Bye.